Hello students, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to study addition of integers using number lines. Students, you already studied about the integers and you know what are the integers. Integers are positive of natural numbers, negative of natural numbers and 0. Altogether they are called as integers. You already studied about addition of whole numbers, addition of natural numbers in your previous classes. Now in this class we are going to study about addition of integers. Since integers are three types of integers, some are negative, some are positive, and 0 is there, which is non-negative also and which is non-positive also. So the question is that how can we add these new kind of the numbers? And we have here some examples. With these examples we will see that how to add these integers. Basically there are two types we are going to study. First one is there how to add positive integers and how to add negative integer, and at the end we will also see that how to add zero integer. So let us see how can we do that. The first example I am going to give here. Let us suppose that we are going to add positive integer. We'll take suppose one example, -3. -3 is negative integer, and in this -3 we are going to add another positive integer, suppose +2. So look at the number line now. When we add this negative integer and this positive integer, we must start with the number which is given in the beginning. So look at the number line. Here it is the -3, the location of -3, and the +2 is to be added here. Now here is the way to add this +2 in -3. So we should move on the number line by right side by how many steps? 2 steps. So look at here how it happens. -3, so 1 step and 2 steps. And look at here where we are reaching now. We are at -1. So when you add -3 with +2, so answer is coming, we are reaching at -1. So this addition gives us -1. Now let us take one more example. Suppose -4 and added with supposed to be 5. Now here -4 is any integer which may be sometime negative, positive, doesn't matter. The number which we are going to add is 5, and 5 is positive integer. So we should start with the integer -4 first. Find out the location of -4 on the number line. -4 is here, and then we are adding this positive 5 integers in -4. So move on right side by 5 steps. Look at here how it happens now. 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps, 4 steps and 5 steps. Look at here where we are reaching now. We are reaching at 1. So answer of this addition is how much? +1. And hence when you add a -4 with +5, your answer is +1. So you need to remember that when we add any positive integer to any integer, we must move on right side of the number line, and this will give us the addition of these two integers. Now let us take one more example. 0 plus 2. So we should start here with this 0, and we should move on. We are adding this +2 in 0, so we should move on right side by 2 integers. So let us see, 1 step and second step. So addition of this 0 plus 2 gives us how much? 2. Similarly, look at here, we have one more. Now we are adding this +3, +3 with 1. Now look at the position of 1 here first, and then move on right side by 3 steps or 3 integers. So where you will reach? 1 step, 2 steps and 3 steps. So your answer is how much? 4. And this is how we do the addition of a positive integer with any kind of the integer. Any kind of the integer means your first integer may be 0, may be positive integer, or sometimes it may be a negative integer also. But when you add in positive integer to the any kind of the integer, you always move on right side of the number line, and so you will get the addition of the numbers, addition of the integers. Now look at here, we have one more. When we add negative integer to the any kind of the integers. Again we can see if the first integer is negative, or first integer may be 0, or first integer may be a positive integer. But we are adding now a negative integer into the negative integer. We are adding negative integer to a 0 integer, or we may add negative integer to a positive integer. So let us see with some more examples. So look at this now. We are adding this -2 plus -1. So we must start here with this -2 first. And when we add negative integer, now the rule is reverse. We should move on now which side? Left side. Left side by how many integers? Since the integer is -1, so we should move on left side by one integer only. And so where we are reaching now here, after that we are reaching at -3. So answer is how much? -3, or the sum of these two, -2 and -1 is -3. Next, now we are adding 0 with -2, or -2 is added with 0. So we must start with 0 first. Since we are adding now here negative integer, so we move on the left side by how many integers now here? Since it is -2, so we should move on left side by 2 integers. So look at here, 1 step, 2 steps, and the answer where we are reaching now, we are at -2. So the addition of 0 and -2 gives us -2. And now we are adding this 3 plus -4. So we are here adding negative integer with positive integer. So when you add this, we must start at 3 first. Look at the location of 3 on the number line. And now since we are adding again negative integer with this, so we must move on the left side by 4 steps, or 4 integers on the left side. So let us see how it happens. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 step, and 4 steps. So when you add this 3 plus -4, your answer is -1. Since you are reaching at -1, so answer of this addition is -1. So the rule is what here: when we add negative integer with any positive or 0 or negative integer, we always move on the left side of number line. And last, now we are going to see when we add 0 to any integer. So adding 0 to any integer means what? We are adding nothing to any integer. We'll see some examples here. Suppose we are adding -3, suppose we are adding here -3 with 0. So when you add 0 to any integer, 0 means what? Nothing. So we are at here -3, and we are adding nothing in that. That means we will remain at the same place, and so addition of this will remain -3. For example, one more example. Suppose you are adding 0 plus 0. So you are at 0 already, and you are adding 0 means nothing, so you will be at again 0. And suppose at one more example, suppose 2 is there, and you are adding 0 in that, so that means you are at 2, and you are adding 0 in that, so again your answer is 2. So adding 0 to any integer will not change the integer. I hope that you have understood this addition of integer using number line. So we will see you in the next video.